America needs to think about this. If Hillary Clinton were to be elected and then serve 2 terms, we would have a 28-year period in which only 2 families would have occupied the White House. Now, how close are we getting to what we broke away from in Great Britain when you had, in essence, family control of the government? I mean, we need to think about that. Are we saying that out of 300 million Americans, there's only 2 families that can produce for us leadership that is capable of taking this country in a new direction? Now, last week there was a former counselor to the president who said, and I was complimented, he said that Mike Huckabee had the best ideas, was the best campaigner, and frankly was the most attractive candidate. He made some wonderful statements. He said, but he can't get elected because of his last name. He said his last name is the name of a hick. And he said, so, you know, nobody will vote for a guy named Huckabee. And he made, you know, fun of my name. And I was asked about it by Time Magazine and several people. And I said, you know, in the Proverbs it says that a good name is more to be desired than great riches. And a good name for me is not a name that necessarily everybody knows. It's a name that stands by integrity and honor and telling the truth. That's how I was raised. I was not raised with great riches, but I was raised with a good name. And the goodness of the name was not in that everybody knew it and it opened doors for me, because it didn't. My name didn't open any doors in the community. May have closed a few for all I know. But nobody had to ask my dad twice to be paid for something he owed. My dad didn't die with debt on his head that he passed on to me. He died with integrity and with honor. And for me, that is a good name. So I was happy when he said at least that I was a good candidate, and I would challenge him on the idea that Americans wouldn't vote for somebody. I'm not sure Americans want to vote to continue a dynasty of a couple of families, when instead we need to have fresh ideas, fresh leadership, and maybe a completely different last name from somebody who's ever been president before.